Right now at 6, we are learning more about the investigation into the death of a 6-year-old boy. The woman accused of killing him was in court today. And a population of people living unsheltered are setting up in Cameron Park. Farmers Market board members say it's affecting its vendors.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. An Onalaska woman is behind bars accused of killing a 6-year-old in the town of Medarie on February 11th. Judge Ramona Gonzalez set her bond at $1 million cash. News 8 Now's Emily Haugen was there for her initial court appearance and joins us in studio with the details of the investigation. Emily?
Ken, people filled the courtroom for Josie Dykman's initial appearance today. Dykman is facing an intentional homicide charge for the death of Alexavier Pedrin. She's also facing charges of chronic neglect of a child, physical abuse of a child, and repeated acts of bodily harm. A family searching for answers piled into the La Crosse County courtroom Monday morning, seeking justice after the death of 6-year-old AJ Pedrin.
We love him dearly and we miss him so bad. And there's no excuse for child abuse.
AJ was found unresponsive in a home in Medarie on February 11th.
Anytime that our deputies respond to the death of a child, it's a traumatic and tragic situation.
Since his death, investigators compiled a criminal complaint. That complaint says Josie Dykman called 911 because her son was not responding, and an empty pill bottle was on the ground. When responders got there, they couldn't revive AJ.
After doing interviews and scene processing, they had questions about how the death occurred.
An autopsy revealed blunt force injuries on his head, neck, and body. A doctor says in the report that his cause of death was blunt force trauma. That Xanax in his system also contributed to his death.
The culmination of that work was the arrest on Friday.
Witnesses in the complaint told investigators that Dykman had a history of hurting AJ. He'd been hospitalized at Gunderson in January for a femur fracture. A Gunderson doctor told investigators she had concerns of child abuse at that time. District Attorney Tim Grinke told the court Monday that Dykman had been charged with child neglect twice in the past.
We think it's a danger to the public given her history with the children and the history in this case, and also we're concerned about intimidation of potential witnesses.
Attorney Chris Zacher argued for Dykman, stating her past offenses weren't recent and she had no risk of fleeing.
The allegations in this case, while serious, appear to be entirely circumstantial at this point and represent only one side of the story.
Still, Gonzalez set that $1 million cash bond based on the complaint's contents. For AJ's grandma, Cheryl Anderson, this is a glimpse at justice.
She'll be behind bars. No other child can get hurt at this moment. And we'll get justice for Alexavier.
But she says they'll keep showing up because the fight isn't over yet.
If it can help one other child even, that's what our goal is going to be.
Now in court today, Judge Gonzalez decided against a no-contact order for Dykman, but did advise her to consult her attorney before making any outside contact. Ken?
Emily Haugen reporting. Thanks very much. Dykman will next appear in court on Wednesday, May 31st. The Cameron Park Farmers Market is where many community members go to kick off their weekend, but the market's future could be at risk. News 8 Now's Dua Israr is live at the park and explains why homelessness is part of the reason the market may not return. Dua?
Ken, last summer, a majority of unsheltered people were living in Houska Park. Now that the city has shut down Houska Park, many of them have expanded to several parks in the city, including this one. La Crosse's Polytechnic School no longer uses that playground out of safety concerns. And on Fridays, the Cameron Park Farmers Market says people don't stick around. You don't have to look further than 4th Street South to find live music, fresh fruit, and a good time.
Yes, Mama?
The Cameron Park Farmers Market is a local staple for families and businesses alike.
This market is basically 75% of our business.
They aren't the only ones who use this park.
For me, it's sad to see them over there.
It's a tale of two cities.
Our shelters are full, there isn't enough housing available, and so people have to exist somewhere.
One where businesses come to make a living.
It has affected the number of people here, plus the profitability of the vendors.
one where people need a place to stay.
People aren't choosing to be there over other options. It's really a community-wide issue, and our community has not been able to solve it yet.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Richard Klindworth, a board member of the La Crosse Farmers Market Association and vendor, says the market is only open on Fridays because many vendors backed out.
The street was full of mattresses and beds and blankets, and everybody was sleeping, and we literally had to clean the street. So we ended up last year losing like 2/3 of our vendors on Saturday, and that's why we canceled the Saturday market.
Klindworth says community members used to sit and spend time in the park. Now they buy their items and go.
Customers that don't feel safe at the moment with their children playing in the park. It's serious, you know. We've called the police on the average 2 to 3 times a week.
The city's homeless service coordinator, Brian Sampson, says finding a solution isn't easy.
Housing and helping people get connected with services, whether that be mental health services, alcohol or drug counseling services, that's the solution.
Klindworth says business continues to be slow, and the future of this La Crosse summertime tradition is at risk.
If we don't get some improvement, the market could go away altogether next year.
Sampson says there are several community resources that come to the park daily to help out, including ones that help unsheltered people with mental health resources as well as finding housing. And La Crosse PD and the Parks and Rec Department are here daily to help clean the park. Reporting live in La Crosse, through SRR News 8 Now. Ken, back to you.
Dua, thanks very much. And the Farmers Market Association says they will reevaluate at the end of the season about shutting down. Well, in the meantime, you saw from Dua's video, weather conditions very, very nice, kind of an extension of what we saw this weekend, Bill.
Yeah, the weekend was amazing. Still a little hazy at times from that wildfire smoke, and there is a lot of it. A lot of wildfires burning over Western Canada, especially in the Alberta province. So we may be dealing with this off and on for several weeks to come. Now, take a look at the high temperature graphic here compared to average. 74 on Saturday, that was right on average. 80 degrees yesterday and 81 today. But boy, just a beautiful weekend for outdoor plans, whatever you had going on. It was a great weekend weather-wise. Temperatures today, upper 70s to lower 80s across the region. Again, you can see the haze as we're looking live through CityCam off to the west. Just a few clouds scattered about as well. Otherwise, nothing going on anywhere close to us. You have to go several states away before you see any green on the radar, indicating dry conditions all across the tri-state area, the northern plains, the Great Lakes, and the upper Midwest. Current temperatures still not far from those afternoon highs, between about 77 and 81 degrees. Partly cloudy, that smoky haze overnight, and fairly seasonable. Lows in the upper 40s, and lots of 50s will be right around 56 degrees. Here in La Crosse. Could be several days yet before we see some rain around here. I'll have the details of my 8-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Bill. Well, Onalaska fire officials confirm a town of Onalaska home is a total loss, and 2 pet cats are presumed dead after a fire last week. The Onalaska Fire Department says a charcoal grill likely caused the blaze to the 2-story house off County Z in Bryce Prairie. Fire officials say the home residents woke up around 10 o'clock that night to find their deck on fire. Fire crews arrived within 13 minutes. By then, every family member and a dog had evacuated safely, but the house was up in flames at that point. The National Fire Protection Association says grills cause more than 10,000 home fires each year. We'll be including some grill and fire safety reminders on news8000.com. Minnesota's budget is nearly complete, and Democratic lawmakers are calling the past session the most productive in the state's history. The $72 billion state budget will provide more resources to education, protect abortion rights, and legalize recreational cannabis. Republicans say Democrats took a hard left turn by spending most of a $17.5 billion budget surplus instead of giving that money back to taxpayers. Lawmakers are facing an adjournment deadline of midnight tonight. If you want to give feedback on the redevelopment of the Lincoln Middle School building, there will be 2 more community workshops. Architectural firm ISG is working with the La Crosse School District to hold meetings with the public. Feedback from those workshops will be used to decide what happens to the building. One meeting will be held tomorrow in the gym at the Hogan Administrative Center. That workshop will run from noon to 1:30. Then there will also be a virtual meeting later tomorrow from 6 to 7:30. We'll have a link posted on our website. Still ahead, Melrose Mindoro students get an up-close look at a family farm. FFA leaders are hoping the visit will spark an interest in future agricultural careers.
When Derek Van Orden wanted your vote, he signed the U.S. Term Limits Pledge. But now, Congressman Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Are you feeling confused or overwhelmed by all your Medicare choices? You're not alone.
We have recommended his brother, my sister, and my brother.
They answered all of my questions clearly and concisely, and they thought of things that I hadn't even thought of.
At Strive Medicare, we're here making Medicare simple for our Cooley region neighbors. We're located in the Social Security building in beautiful downtown La Crosse. So stop in today and get your free copy of my book, Making Medicare Simple.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And a Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit hometownchevy.com.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up!
Called GNT.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Diapers and politicians must be changed often, and for the same reason. And already something stinks about Derek Van Orden. Now politician Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Fourth graders from Melrose Mindoro Elementary spent part of today on a family farm. The area FFA chapter was there to help give a tour of Stello Farms in Mindoro. The students learned about raising corn, dairy cows, and sheep. FFA chapter leaders say it can be eye-opening for kids who aren't growing up on farms.
It's really important for them to understand where their food comes from and how they get it, because most kids don't really understand, like, there's a lot of work that goes into making their everyday food.
Young FFA leaders say a visit like this can keep up an interest in future agricultural careers.
I think in a rural school we still have quite a bit of interest in it, but it's probably definitely fading from what it was. Seeing all this, I think it'll definitely help maybe spark some interest in agriculture.
FFA leaders say the students were most interested in the dairy part of the tour and seeing just how much the cows eat every day, I bet. Still ahead, look at elk herd numbers in Wisconsin. Plus, it is International Biodiversity Day. Conservationists are urging everyone to do their part to protect the world's living species.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grawl. Check this out. 80s for current temperatures from the U.S.-Canadian border down to the Gulf of Mexico. What does the next 8 days have in store? I'll have your answer with my 8-day forecast after the break.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Same day eye exam, same day glasses. 2 pairs plus eye exam for only $79.
Get 11% off everything at Menards and take care of all your automotive needs. From tools and accessories to maintenance and everything in between. Wiper blades? Copy that. Motor oil? Done. Trust Menards to help out with all your automotive needs. Get superior engine protection with Valvoline High Mileage Motor Oil. It's a synthetic blend to maximize engine life in vehicles over 75,000 miles. Pick up a quart for only $3.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Your home improvement company's team of experts can help you choose the perfect style and color options for your bathroom remodel. Plus, with our affordable financing options, we can take the stress out of your life and get you the bathroom of your dreams. And all of our installers are trained and certified professionals, so you can trust that your project is done right the first time. Contact your home improvement company today and let us help you transform your bathroom into a beautiful and functional space. Your home improvement company, where it's your home made better.
And
Get up to 50% off list prices on hundreds of items at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Incredible deals, like this recliner, free when you purchase the reclining sofa, or these incredible beds, both at our lowest price ever, or this beefy recliner marked way down. How about a Lazy Boy recliner as low as $375, or $499 gets you a Sealy Posturepedic mattress. Plus, we'll throw in a 7-piece bedding bundle free, up to 50% off at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Do not miss this one.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
The number of elk in Wisconsin is estimated to grow to about 500 animals by July. That's according to estimates by the DNR. The agency started reintroducing elk to the state in 1995 to the Clam Lake region with 25 animals. Another effort brought 150 more elk in 2014 to both Clam Lake and Jackson County. Right now, the Jackson County herd is expected to have 155 to 160 elk by July. The DNR will not be offering a hunting season for the Jackson County herd this year. Today is International Biodiversity Day, and conservationists are calling for action to protect the environment for generations to come. Tina Kraus has the details.
Scientists say these sounds of nature are increasingly under threat as the planet's creatures watch their habitats being destroyed by pollution, deforestation, oil and gas production, and urban development.
We're doing very badly at protecting our biodiversity. We better change our ways, or else we're going to be in big trouble.
Climate experts say the world is seeing a dangerous decline in nature, with 1 million species now threatened with extinction and water sources drying up across the globe. And the trouble isn't just on land. Overfishing is wiping out sea life. At the COP15 Biodiversity Summit 5 months ago, nearly 200 nations agreed to protect at least 30% of the planet's land and water by 2030. On this International Biodiversity Day, conservationists want to make sure those promises are kept. They're urging people to find ways to repair damaged habitats, like planting shrubs along shorelines to protect wildlife and reduce erosion.
I think that there's already a revolution, especially in the younger people. That aren't willing to take it anymore.
The United Nations is calling for collective action around the world to help ensure a prosperous planet for all species. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
The Biden administration last year launched a $1 billion program named the America the Beautiful Challenge to speed up locally led conservation and restoration projects. That story from Tina Kraus mentioned drier conditions worldwide, and at least this week, Bill, the Coulee region definitely going to see some dry conditions.
Yeah, it's been dry since last Thursday, I believe, was the last time we saw some rainfall. And boy, wait till you see the 8-day forecast, because very little rain chances showing up. So we may be in a pretty dry stretch for a pretty long period of time here over the next several days. All right, allergy report. First of all, medium symptoms today and tomorrow for mulberry and oak pollen. High symptoms both days for tree pollen in general. Now, still some smoky haze. Speaking of climate conditions and how it impacts the weather. Yeah, Canadian wildfires. A lot of wildfires burning in Western Canada, especially in Alberta. And that wildfire smoke is generally aloft for the most part. And that's why we see kind of this light haze. Every now and then it makes its way down to the surface. And that's when it impacts air quality. So that could be the case tomorrow, especially over parts of Minnesota. So unfortunately, until they kind of get a handle on some of those wildfires in Western Canada, we may be dealing with these type of impacts off and on for the next several weeks, perhaps months. We'll just see how things pan out. 81 the high today, so that is 7 degrees above average. 98 and 33 the records for today. No rainfall, and for the month 1.75 inches, so about 1.25 inches below average, but for the year 12.71 inches of precipitation, about 1.5 inches still above average. But this time of year with the warmer temperatures, the higher sun angle, things can dry out quickly if we don't see some rainfall from time to time. 80 degrees with a kind of hazy sunshine, a few clouds scattered about as well. 81 downtown here at the station. And the Mississippi rising a little bit thanks to some heavy rain that fell over portions of Minnesota a couple weeks ago in the Minnesota River Basin, and that water is now making its way down the main channel of the Mississippi. 79 degrees for you folks in Eau Claire, and the Chippewa River is falling just a bit. So temperatures quite comfortable, upper 70s to lower 80s all across the region, including that 80 in La Crosse, 79 in Eau Claire, 79 in Sparta, 77 in Viroqua. Winds out of the south generally at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And again, hardly anything going on anywhere close thanks to this sprawling ridge of high pressure from eastern Canada back into the central plains. Now this cold front to the north is going to be warm again tomorrow, but as it drops southward into the area, that's going to cool us down for Wednesday and Thursday. So Sky Tracker showing just a few clouds tonight, sunny to partly cloudy, and another dry day tomorrow, another warm day as well. Now here comes the front, maybe some rain showers to the north, but as it sinks southward into drier air, most of that rain kind of fizzles out. Maybe a few spits and sprinkles Wednesday evening at best. Otherwise, temperatures tomorrow similar to today, maybe even a degree or two warmer, lower to middle 80s. In fact, most spots we'll see highs between about 80 and 84 degrees for our Tuesday. So another day with above average temperatures. So for tonight, partly cloudy, again a bit hazy, 56 for the low. Tomorrow, warm again with a smoky haze and a sunny to partly cloudy sky. 82, cooler Wednesday, 69, 71 on Thursday, back into the lower to middle 70s on Friday. Look at the holiday weekend, 77 on Saturday, 80 on Sunday, and dry for Memorial Day around 83 degrees. Not very often, especially this time of year, that you see a rainless forecast for an 8-day stretch.
Very rare indeed. Thanks, Bill.
Okay.
Coming up next in sports, the Brewers are back home to open a series with the Stros. Plus, it's regional time for track and field. D2 being held at West Salem this afternoon. Rob is in next.
Explore and plan your next home improvement project at the Board Store Home Improvement's historic 8-building showroom, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, farm is in our name, so you know we're animal experts. And when it comes to your pets, we know it pays to have a plan. Whether you have a new addition or a grizzled companion, one that's sporty or even a bit sensitive. Whatever your pet's needs, they deserve advanced nutrition. Purina Pro Plan Nutrition. And right now, Blaine's Rewards members get free same-day delivery on all pet supply orders of $49 or more.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The GMC Sierra with hands-free driving. Yeah, it rocks. Step up to GMC with 0.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra light-duty models.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Okay, I think we're all aware that most cell companies only give you the lowest price when you sign up for multiple lines.
What? Multiple lines?
Hello? Yeah, one sec. But US Cellular gives you just one line for $29.99 with unlimited data.
Just one line with unlimited data.
So you don't have to get more lines than you need.
No, you hang up.
Are you even listening, guy who never looks up from his phone?
Oh, not for me, I just say it.
Okay, so no, you're not listening.
Get one line for $29.99, plus we'll give you an extra $200. US Cellular, built for us.
What lies inside all of us is more than data. It's life. What's flowing through America's veins is its diversity. We ask for 1 million individuals to come forward and stand on this landmark in history. All of us are different, and it's those very differences that will lead to answers for generations to come.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
We're less than 2 weeks away from the state track meet at UWL, but before that takes place, the best athletes in our region need to qualify for that first weekend in June, and that starts right now with regionals. Let's head to West Salem for the Division II regionals. We'll start with the girls' high jump. Arcadia's Cassidy Peeler trying for 5.2, and the junior gets it done. Peeler's pumped. First place finish for the Arcadia standout. Onto the 4x800 meter relay now. We'll start with the girls. 4 teams racing in this one. In the end, it's the home team getting it done as the Panthers finish in first place with a time of 10 minutes, 12.92 seconds. On the boys' side now, 4x800 meter relay. Same result. West Salem running away with this one. Panthers finish in first with a time of 8 minutes, 23.68 seconds. Onto the 100 meter dash prelim, starting with the girls. Lacrosse Logan's Julie Yang flying toward the finish line. The junior finishes with a top time of 13.04 seconds. And on the boys' side, Aquinas senior Colin Conzemius, the heavy favorite in this one. He finished his prelim in first at 11.51. He'll go harder in the finals, I can promise you that. We'll have those final scores for you tonight at 10. On to college baseball now. What a weekend for the UWL baseball team. The Eagles clinching a berth in the NCAA Division III Super Regionals with a monster 16-3 victory over Bethel University on Sunday at Copeland Park. And more good news now for lacrosse. The Eagles get to host again this upcoming weekend as UW-Stevens Point comes into town. Best of 3 series will start Friday at noon. The 34 wins for UWL so far this year ranks 3rd all-time in school history. Eagles won a school record 39 games back in 2016. Brewers have been scuffling as of late, but Milwaukee was able to salvage the series finale in Tampa on Sunday. Brewers avoid being swept as they snap their 3-game skid with a 6-4 win over the Rays. Now the crew's back at home. Doesn't get any easier as the Brewers get set to host the defending champion, Houston Astros. As for Milwaukee, despite a 5-5 record over its last 10 games, Brewers are clinging to first place, still a game ahead of Pittsburgh in the NL Central. We'll see if Milwaukee can get an ace-like performance tonight from Corbin Burns. He'll be on the hill for the Brewers. That'll do it for sports. We'll be right back.
Selling your car yourself can take weeks. Selling to an online reseller takes days. Selling your car to Dahl Auto takes 30 minutes. Bring your title and keys and leave with a check. Dahl Auto, simple.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Schwabel, Getz & Sieben today.
I looked in my rearview mirror and said, this guy's not stopping, and it sounded like an explosion went off. I had some pretty serious injuries, as did my daughter. Everybody that I came into contact with Schwabel, Getz & Sieben, they were so nice. It wasn't stressful. I felt very calm and at ease.
In every case, we bring an experienced legal team to work on behalf of our clients. Call or visit Schwabel.com.
Some might call us anglers, optimists, or thrill seekers. And in the case of some folks, stretchers of certain truths. And they wouldn't be wrong. But at Shields, we know the real term for those of us who've chosen a life lived on the water. We're the lucky ones. Shields.
Experienced sales consultants are good listeners who sell people what they need, not what's on sale. They're easy to work with and value a trusting relationship. We know team members with these life skills earn lifelong customers. Dahl Auto, simple.
Again, hazy tonight, just a few clouds. Lows around 56 in La Crosse. Another warm day tomorrow, 82. Cooler thanks to a cold front on Wednesday, 69. Back in the 70s to wrap up the week.
Thanks a lot, Bill, and thanks for joining us tonight at 6. We'll see you at 10.